This is my time. I've come here to stay. I am more than before. I am fire and grace. Beauty reborn in this sacred space. Not less, I'm the upgrade, the powerful core. Watch me rise. I am more than before.
Hello, beautiful. I am so glad you're here with me. So we're going to talk about something that's very important to us women, all of us, something that affects us in so many different ways, but it is one element that does affect all women, perimenopause and menopausal women. Here we go. Are you ready? It's all about estrogen that we're going to be discovering, talking about, chatting, and sharing resources and knowledge. Estrogen, as I call it, it's the unsung hero of all of women's bodies. And that's what we're going to talk. We're going to do Estrogen 101. That's right, you and me. And before we go any further, let me introduce myself. Just in case you just came across my show, someone tagged you, someone shared some information, and here we go. So my name is Jackie Meléndez, and I am here on purpose, intentionally, to share and assist and uplift and support all women. When it comes to perimenopause and menopause, I'm the one who's going to be able to share life experiences, not only mine, the journey that I've gone through, but as well as other women. We're going to highlight things. So I am here to navigate you through this journey, because as of this moment, you are no longer alone. So let's go on, move forward, and let's talk about estrogen and why it's so important to our body. The way that we start this conversation is by first asking, what is estrogen? Many people might not know, or the details, the intensity of what estrogen does. So I do have notes for reference because I want to stay on focus and I want to give you the most accurate information as possible. Before we go any further, I do have to share with you, even though it's going to be at the end of my show notes, I am not a medical professional. I'm not a clinician. So I do recommend that you do speak to any of your professional medical team, care team, primary care physician, your PCP, or anyone that you go to for further medical advice. I am sharing resources and information. I am not a clinician. Just wanted to share that with you so we have that clarity as we move forward. So let's start. What is estrogen? So the actual definition of estrogen is this. Estrogen is the one primary female sex hormone, and it's produced mainly by our ovaries, and it plays a vital role in our reproductive and overall health. That is how important estrogen is. Now, there are three types of estrogen. You have your estradiol, which is E2, and it's a primary form during the reproductive years. Then you have estrotone, E1, and it's dominant after menopause. Then you have your estrol, EST, RIOL, and it's an E3 category, and it's primarily present during pregnancy. So those are the three, and don't worry about it. It's all going to be in my notes, so you can also reference to it, and hopefully have a better pronunciation than I did. So I do apologize about that. Always keeping it real with you. So beyond the reproductive system cycle that we go through, estrogen affects not only just fertility, it also affects our brain function, our bone health, our heart health, and our emotional well-being. That is how important estrogen is. So I'm going to go back. It not only affects our fertility during our reproductive years, it also affects our brain function, our bone function, our health function, our heart function, emotional well-being as well. So let's continue. Why do we need estrogen? Why is estrogen so important? Let me tell you why. So when it comes to cellular communication, it acts like a chemical messenger that influences all the tissues throughout the body. That's the number one reason why estrogen is so important to us women. Also, what's the second most important thing? Brain health. I mean, we're the ones that keep everything together and the world running, huh? So it helps regulate our moods, our memory, and of course, cognitive sharpness. So brain health. Estrogen does affect our brain health. The other important thing is bone health. It maintains our bone density by preventing bone breakage. That's why it's so important when you get to a certain age, after menopause, during your menopause journey, that you get a bone density test. Make sure that when you visit your primary care physician or your specialist or your nurse practitioner or your OBGYN menopause specialist doctor, I have a great one. She's amazing. Ask them for a bone density test. Look and see if it's covered by insurance, because it's very important that you get that information, then you know how to navigate moving forward. Also, that's another thing that I wanted to point out outside of my script that I was going to share with you. Strong over skinny. That helps your bone health. Absolutely. But that's another episode. We'll talk about it. The other thing is cardiovascular protection. It supports a healthy cholesterol level, and it also promotes and keeps blood vessels flexible during this time in our journey. What's another thing with estrogen? Skin and hair, baby, skin and hair. It's so important because it promotes collagen production, your skin elasticity, and your hair growth. That's why self-care is important. And in your self-care, you take care of your hair, your skin, your nails, your skin. Did I say your skin already? I said it twice. It's part of the menopause brain fog thing that I'm going through. Don't worry, we all go through it. So don't judge. The other thing is emotional stability. I cannot stress how important estrogen is for our well-being, health, and our emotional stability. So it regulates emotions. It regulates the serotonin and dopamine for emotional balance. So that's why it's so important. Estrogen. Should we keep on? Do you have time for more information and more facts and awareness about estrogen? I hope you do. Let's go. Let's keep going. If not, you could always come back. And you could always ask me questions. I'm here to support you in all ways possible that I am able to. So I have a question. Let's call it a thought question. How many of these estrogen benefits were you already aware before you saw this video? And tell me, which ones really surprised you the most that you weren't aware of? And this question is not only for women, men. We have a lot of amazing men in our lives, whether it's our fathers, our uncles, our godfathers, our brothers, our husbands, our sons. This is how we share information, so they know what we're going through, because they're part of our journey. We share with them, we live with them, we eat with them, we work with them. They need to know the facts as well. They need to know some of what we're going through so they have a better understanding. So when we lose our mind, so when we have one of those crazy days, they're like, oh, I get what she's going through. No judgment, baby. None. I know you wanted some more, so here we go. So how does estrogen support our body and our minds? Good question, right? Let me share some with you. I have some of my many research and reading that I've done and certifications. So when I'm sharing all this information about perimenopause and menopause, it really makes me excited and happy that I'm able to take all the knowledge that I have and share it with you. And there's more deep dive conversations that we can go into this. But I'm just giving you a little bit of the sauce on top so then we can go into the real meat and potatoes, or whatever you want to call it, okay? Especially when it comes to food. Talk to me because I love food. But here we go. How does estrogen support our body and mind? So let's start. Cognitive function. It supports memory, recall, concentration, and mental clarity. Boy, do I need a lot of that nowadays, because there are some times that I really thought, am I going through early dementia? Am I really losing it? Then in my continued studies and researches and everything else that I did and my learning, it's all part of the estrogen decline. I wasn't crazy after all. No, neither were you. So mood regulation. So let me just run it down. Estrogen supports our overall body and mind. We're talking about cognitive function, mood regulation, energy regulation, metabolic health, and our sexual health. All those are affected by estrogen. So when it comes to cognitive health, we're talking about support memory, recall, concentration, and mental clarity, mood regulation. It helps balance the feel good brain chemicals, lowering anxiety and depression risk. That's why we go through depression and moments of depression and sadness that are the onset of anything. Or sometimes there is no trigger. And we're like, what happened? I was fine. And then it just fluctuates. It's because of the lack of estrogen or the decline of estrogen. So energy regulation maintains stable energy and reduces fatigue. So now, as I'm explaining this, you have a better understanding of why you go what you go through, okay? So you have metabolic health. It regulates fat distribution and helps manage healthy weight. When you have that belly fat, it's estrogen's fault, not yours. It's a good way to say that, right? And then you have your sexual health. Maintains vaginal tissue elasticity, lubrication, and libido. So all these things are affected by our estrogen, and why we go through the decline in estrogen. This is how it affects us, our body and our minds. So I'm going to give you another thought question, and it is if you could protect just one benefit of estrogen for the rest of your life, which would you choose? See, for me, I think that my cognitive function would be my priority, because if I have clarity and I'm able to recall and concentrate and have more clarity, then I can concentrate and have more clarity on all the other regulations like mood and energy and metabolic. Then I'm able to say, okay, I know what I have to do. I have the understanding. Let me go. Let me move forward. So for me, it would be cognitive. What would be yours? Okay? So I don't want to make this any longer. We do have more time to do another episode on Estrogen 101 Part 2. And that's what I want to do with you. I want to be able to give you little nuggets and bits and little gems of knowledge, awareness, resources, and my friendship. So you know that you are always validated and I am always here for you. So hey, beautiful, before I end this, I just want to let you know that on my next episode on Estrogen 101 Part 2, we're going to talk about all the estrogen receptors that are all over our body, because I think it's important that you know that. We are also going to talk about what happens when estrogen levels start to change during perimenopause. Because we have a lot of beautiful young queens out there that are going through perimenopause, or they don't even know what's going on or what's happening in their bodies. So we have to give them that knowledge and resources and awareness, of course, right? And to share that we are born with estrogen, that we are born with all the eggs that we will have in life for, reproductive purposes. And then we're going to talk about the other most common symptoms of low and fluctuating estrogen that we have in our bodies. We're also going to disclose on options, awareness, and resources on what options do you have? What medical options do you have? Whether it's holistic, natural, medical, there's options for you to become more aligned. Also, the knowledge and awareness so you can be more in tune with what's going on in your body. And also, the given community that is around you. The people that want to support you and walk through this journey with you, because you're not alone. I think that I am the most valuable person when I'm able to be vulnerable and be open and share all my concerns and all the fears that I had. I started my perimenopause journey between the ages of 38 and between 37 and 38. Something was off. Something was missing. My mother started her perimenopause journey between 35 and 36. So it can happen that young. And then for me, not having someone available that I can trust and share. Trust in the sense that what I was experiencing, what I was going through was really off the chains. Like, is this real? Am I going through this? Is there something wrong with me? Medically, mentally? I didn't know. I didn't have anyone to share with. So as I learned and as I lived and as I navigated and struggled and faced all the challenges and I overcame and I'm more versed and educated and aware and always reading and staying up to par with all the medical research and things that are going on, I'm able to be a better person. I'm able to be a better navigator and facilitator. I'm able to be a better friend, a better coach, a better human, a better woman. And that's why I do this. My passion, my purpose is always to connect and serve women. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm sharing with you. And that's why I'm so appreciative that you're listening. And I want you to share this also with other women that you think might need it, that you think are going through it, that you think might be preparing to enter that journey of perimenopause or menopause. We're in this together, women, all women. And we also have a lot of great men that are being supportive and understanding and trying to understand. So those are one of my attributes that as I was going through the unknown, I would share with my kids because I didn't want my kids to think I was just like nuts or losing it or being mean. I didn't know what was I going through. So I would share, I don't know what mom's going through, but I'm having a moment. And they would be so loving and caring and try to be understanding. So I am grateful for that. And I am grateful that you are allowing me this time and space in your day to hear me, for me to share. So, hey, beautiful. Again, you're not alone. We're in this together. Make sure you follow me, tag, leave a comment. Ask the questions you have about estrogen because we have a lot more to cover, okay? You have a fabulous day. Stay beautiful. And there's always more for us to navigate together.
This is my time. I've come here to stay. I am more than before. I am fire and grace, beauty reborn in this sacred space. Not less, I'm the upgrade, the powerful core. Watch me rise. I am more than before. This is your prosperity era, where dreams align with grace, abundance flows like rivers. You've stepped into your place. Rise, reign, and remember, you were born to shine. Welcome to your moment, Prospera, it's